Well, hello everyone, good evening rather than good morning, and welcome to the next part 8 of this Goodbye F1 2020 Sprint Mode Championship. Second half of Season 4 will be in this stream, and we've just arrived now at the Paul Ricard circuit in France for round 6 of 10. Just looking at the weather there, looks like FP3 is going to be wet, so we might be doing our practicing in FP2. Qualifying in a race looks dry, which is good. So we've got some messages, we'll have a quick look here. Development update, that's fine as well. The rivalry with Hubert, we've almost won that, so that'd be nice to win a rivalry. Hopefully gets up to level 15. R&D, we're now the third best team by the looks of it, after most teams have made a little bit of an improvement between Spain and France. We've now got 3,000 resource points. It might now be time to start saving our resource points just in case we have to legalise some parts going into season number 5. There's only 4 races after this one and we haven't heard anything. But Red Bull Mercedes still leading the way, then Simtech down to Racing Point very close together, and then further back of course Haas, Williams and Alfa Romeo. I've already preempted the change onto units number 2 that we can now do going into the second half of the season. Of course the gearbox we can change to the second unit after this race. If we do it now, unfortunately, we will pick up a grid penalty. As for the standings, Mick Schumacher is in 9th on 8 points. We're in 14th on 2. That totals up. We're in 6th in the Constructors. Now it looks like the fight will be with Racing Point and Ferrari for the rest of the season. So very close there between us 3 guys. As for season results, Mick has been consistently fighting around the top 10, an 8th and 9th, 2 tenths and a 13th. We've only had 1 point finish so far, a 9th at Holland. But with Austria, Silverstone, Mexico and Brazil coming up, hopefully we can start to put in some good performances there. So we'll skip forward then to FP2. Hopefully we can pick up some more extra resource points. We'll just do 1 practice programme here. We'll probably do 2 at Austria, like we normally do, because it is such a short circuit and it's going to help us with further development going on to the end of the season. I did have a look at the facilities, I should say. We're all Spec 2 apart from the durability department, which of course is Spec 0 and will be the last one we'll do, because durability doesn't really mean anything to us at the moment because it is such a short season. But the marketing department, it's going to cost us I think about 45 million to get up to Spec 3. And one thing I noticed there, that is any of the activities, a team activity to do, sometimes you see that you can get positive and negative results. For example, let's say it's a funded team event, it will bring positive effects of morale to all the departments, but it will cost 20 grand. Well, if you update it to spec level 3, it removes all of the negative parts of team activities. So I don't know whether that would be just the money or the morale side of things, but that could be something looking forward to in the future, because then we can really push forward and get some more stuff done. But that's the marketing department anyway. Right, car setup, I do have one here for France which we will use. Where our gravel trap, we'll just have a quick look at the setup, make sure it's, I think it was, I don't think we changed it too much from last season. We'll probably do that a little bit just to bump up the wings. We'll keep it the same. So we'll do the ERS one. I think we should be okay with that. Track acclimatisation should be easy enough, but we'll just stick to the ERS one. On the soft tyres we'll do this, and we'll jump out now. Hopefully we can do this at the first time of asking, so we don't have to mess around doing extra laps or extra practice programmes. No change to the livery going into the second half of the season. We'll probably keep it the same all the way to the end now. And here we are then on the test circuit of France. It's not really a race. Well, it is a grade 1 racing circuit, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be hosting Formula 1 races, but it's a bit of a bland, boring one, but I do quite enjoy it. Sector 3 is probably the best, really, after you exit the chicane on the Mistral straight. Give it a quick boost of the ERS down here. Okay, let's try and get this done. Okay, well, that was a mess. Should be able to claw his time back. If you are in a sticky situation with a couple of attempts down, we can probably boost to the line. Sure we can claim it back though through sector 3. Yeah, we got this. We're okay. Now, 2 seconds off of Bottas, but it doesn't really matter too much. We'll skip to the end of the session now. See how many resource points we've claimed. But even on that 1 lap there, with the developments on the car, especially for the chassis and the aerodynamic department, the car just does feel so much quicker, so much smoother. Of course it will do anyway once you develop the car, and we have developed it quite far at this point. The powertrain department, I looked before we went to France, we can't do any more upgrades to the powertrain department until we get it into Spec 3, because there's one little upgrade coming from Mercedes next season if we decide to stay with them, and 3 major or ultimate upgrades at the very end of the powertrain tree. We can't do that until we get to Spec 3, so we can't do anything to the powertrain department. So it's all aero and chassis focus at the moment. So the resource point says 682. So that's a nice amount. Team acclaim now. We're almost level 15, which is good for us because then we can get the 3rd driver perk, which improves the amount of resource points or percentage of resource points that we get with each practice program. And again, that's just a little bit more to help us along the way to probably save up at this point now, just in case the regulations come in and it's going to hit multiple departments. I've got a sneaky feeling it is going to hit multiple departments because we only had 1 department last season, and the season before we didn't have any. So I will be surprised if it's less than 2 departments that need to be regulated for next season. So qualifying now, as I said at the beginning of the previous episode, in the beginning of the season, that's my Achilles heel, one-shot qualifying. We're good in the race, we're okay, we can make up positions, but in a 5-lap shootout, it's quite difficult really to score points and try to be quick once you're qualifying on the back row of the grid. But the last few races of the previous episode, we were starting to get ourselves into the midfield. We should really be round about the top 10. So, yeah, I'm hoping for about, I don't know, 12th, 13th, 14th here at France. At least then, we can actually do a little bit of work, hopefully, in the race and try and jump past a few people. So here we go then, one-shot qualifying at France. Let's not mess this up. Okay, sector 1 wasn't great for us, but after the chicane we're pretty good. I'm sure we can claw it back. Okay, looks like it's going to be P17. P16 just at the line there. Okay, yeah, turn 1 wasn't great. Probably lost a few tenths through there. The rest of that felt okay. Don't know if that would have made much of a difference to our overall spot. Verstappen takes pole ahead of Albon, then it's the 2 Mercedes, the 2 McLarens. Mick Schumacher up into 8th. For Ferrari still struggling 10th and 13th. We were okay, yeah, probably 16th would have been the best we could do. Oh, we set the exact same time as Magnussen. Look at that, the exact same time. So we're just ahead of the back 3 teams, but we know we lost a few tenths there on that lap, so we should have really been on the back of these guys. But that's okay. Hopefully we can make a good start here. I think last season at France I had to do a couple of race restarts due to damage in the first couple of corners, so we'll try and avoid it this time around. because we need to make a few positions up at the start. So the R3 breakdown, we're almost close to finishing off with Hubert now. We can focus on the 5-lap race here at France. And also after this race, all 4 of our secondary sponsors, I think, end. And they all have to be redone. But I think we're slowly getting to the point now where we can start signing the sponsors that offer good bonuses. And I'm thinking like qualify inside the top 15, score a point each weekend, as long as the weekly income is good. Because the weekly income at the moment is, I think, $2.24 million. We don't achieve the goal bonuses because we've gone for the ones that pay the most weekly. So the goal bonuses are ridiculous, like win the race, score a 1-2, score 40 points in a weekend, complete 200 laps in practice, or something monumentally stupid like that. So we've just been focusing at the moment, whilst we're still a midfield team, or we still are a midfield team, but when we were a lot worse, we just focus all of the money on getting the weekly money in rather than the bonus money in. But now it's time, I think we might need to shift it. So we might be looking at the ones that, like, as a team score a point, as a team finish the race, as a team qualifying 15th above, because we know that even if we make a mistake, chances of Mick scoring a point and qualifying well are quite high, as we've seen. He's usually qualifying inside the top 10, and he's already scored a smattering of lower points positions. So we might be looking at Mick more than us to do them, but we'll do the maths after the race and see exactly, you know, what works for us, because we still need to be making quite a lot of money per week. Okay, here we are then. Let's send it. Starting P13. Quite a few people had penalties by the looks of it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Slightly over ambitious there into turn 1. I love a long loading screen. Okay, take 2. Oh, I've done the exact same fucking thing again. Come on. I think I need to be a little bit more patient going into turn 1. I'm trying to gain all of the positions here and it's not working for me. Okay, focus, Alex. Better not have damage from that. No, we're all right. Oh, Ferrari. What has happened to you? That's just inside the top 10 as well, so that's good. Okay, clean enough. Inside the points. DRS will be enabled next lap, so I need to stay close to Gasly. Hopefully we can claw back that gap. Now in sector 3. Okay, we're dropping the Ferraris here, so that's good. And we do have DRS. And the Ferraris don't. Now we can focus everything ahead. Okay, lap 4, lap 5. Don't think there's much we can really do, to be honest. Everyone seems to be pretty evenly matched, especially with everyone getting DRS. All I can do is try and save my ERS. Now just absolutely go for it in the final sector. It's not going to happen though. Pace is just too quick. Verstappen wins, fastest lap for Norris, and it's a P10 for us. Nothing we could really do there other than just keep the pressure on. Everyone ahead of us was so evenly matched. Maybe if it wasn't for the DRS, we could have got Gasly. I think we were probably quicker than him. But yeah, that's the problem. When everyone's got the DRS, it's almost impossible. You just play follow the leader. I think you finished over 3 seconds ahead of the Ferraris there as well. So we've outscored Ferrari. Might have outscored Racing Point as well. So hopefully we might have crept away by another point. Just keep chipping away, just keep plugging away. But it's good for ourselves for another point at least. Mick had a penalty. He was behind us. Because we qualified, I think, 16th it was. We started 13th, so 3 drivers had penalties. Mick was one of them. I saw him on the minimap behind the Ferraris at one point. So that was disappointing, because he could have done a bit better than us. Yeah, indeed, we started 13th. Mick had penalties, so did Perez, and so did Guanonju. So yeah, neither of the Racing Points or Ferrari scored, so we pick up a point, which is good. Yeah, we finished 3 seconds ahead of the Ferraris. Mick was right behind them as well. As for standings, Verstappen extends his lead over Hamilton. So it's Red Bull, Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes. Mick drops down to 10th. We stay in 14th, but we've crept up on Perez a little bit. He scored a couple of points as well. As for the constructors, yeah, we're now 5 points ahead of Racing Point and Ferrari. I don't know why it says we've overtaken Racing Point. We were already ahead of them. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. We can now focus all our interest in Austria now. So this is the track last season where we've got our best result so far. I think it was a P7 after qualifying in 9th. Hoping for the same again. And yeah, we can hopefully start to overtake a few people ahead of us in the Drivers' Championship, and also bridge a bit of a gap between ourselves and Racing Point and Ferrari. So a couple of questions here. Yeah, car's fantastic. Yeah, we'll go for that one. Cool, happy days. So we can have a look at our sponsors now, because we'll need to get some new ones, I think. We're in a position where we can get those. So I think we've completed this one now, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So yeah, I've gained 500 acclaim for that. So we might be level 15 now. Ah, so close. So close. So as you see there, we get no bonus money because it's like as a team complete 100 laps, achieve pole position. Not going to happen. Mick picked up a little bit of damage, but still a little bit of money that we did generate there, so that's okay. So yeah, now we've got to sign some sponsors that can generate good weekly income, but also goal money as well. And it'll be the smaller ones, like qualifying 14th or something like that, or as a team score a point. But it has to balance out with the weekly income as well, because we were making 2.24 million from our sponsorship income. And that was per week, so that was good. Okay, manage sponsors then. So total weekly income at the moment is 820. So what we need to do is No, yeah. Have a look at the old goal bonus. So, okay. Probably not going to. Well, it won't happen. Achieve a podium finish, qualifying P4th. Achieve the fastest lap. Achieve top 4. Scored 20 championship points during a race weekend. Score more points than a team directly above you in the vehicle performance comparison, not happening. Complete a clean race, achieve a top 10 finish during the race. Qualifying P10 or better, achieve a top 12 finish during the race. And driver of the day. Driver of the day could be a good one. Yeah, the gold bonus is okay, but it's the weekly income, isn't it? More than anything else. I mean, achieve a top 14 finish during the race. We can sign that one. So the total weekly income is now 1.05. Complete a race with no DNFs in the team. Okay, so it's 1.29. So we are going to make a loss on weekly incomes. Beat your rival. Answer at least 2 interview questions. Actually, say netto again. So goal bonus is quite good for that. And driver of the day. That could be possible. We sometimes do. So we'll sign with that one. So 1.54, yeah. So we are going to make a loss here. Beat your rival during a race. Well, we'll go back to weekly income. And that's Zanzer. Charge. Quite like that sponsor actually. Satellite, Belizia. We'll sign back with Zanzer again. Just to bump it up. So 1.92 now. All of these end pretty much the same time. So yeah, okay, right. We'll customize and we'll sort out the livery now because we need some new ones on here. Equinox stays, front wing. We'll go for Vacanziero, I think. Vacanziero can go on the wings now. And we'll get this one sorted out back here as well. Vacanziero and Vacanziero, whoever the hell they are. Okay, so we got 1 done, 2, 3. Quest can go on there. Savant can go there. And we'll chuck Zanzer there. 7, 8, 9. So 7 can be Zanzer again. 8 Savant. And then Quest can go down here. So there we go, we've got some. It's all change, really. A lot of new sponsors on the car now. And we'll just have to see if we can complete any of the goal bonuses, because that's the most important thing. Okay, as for vehicles, we can now switch out the event gearbox. There's no penalty for this action. That's good. 33.5 million. We can do some activities, so we can do. We might as well just keep going with Mick. Messages, high cash balance. We know that. We can probably generate enough money now to sign Mick again for next season. Where is Mick on this? So he's now worth 9 million. Okay, that's fine. So have a look at the facility side of things. Oh, we know that personnel spec 3, yeah. So marketing then, if you see down there, further increase positive effects and remove negative effects from team activities. 40 million to get that done. The powertrain department, of course, we know we can't do anything now until we get it to spec 3. So that's 10, that's 22, that's 34, that's 47 million. Holy fuck. That is a lot of money. Okay, I think we'll just leave it as it is. We won't do any R&D work either. So, we can just push forward to Austria. Oh, here we go. This could be a good one for us. As long as we sort out qualifying. If we qualify well, I think we'll have a good race. Unless, of course, it's wet. In which case, I'll be crying. Okay, we're at the workstation. It's drive for qualifying in a race, so that's good. So we can advance straight into FP3. We'll have a look at the messages in a minute, just see if there's any early murmurings of driver retirement or regulation changes. For Season 5 it will be now, so we're almost halfway through this 10-year career mode. And it'll be interesting to see how many F2 drivers end up in F1. If we do manage to do the 10 years. Okay, then back in the workstation. Yeah, nothing has been mentioned there. So you don't have a rivalry at the moment, that's fine. R&D, we'll have a quick look, see what's happened here. Okay, Red Bull ahead of Mercedes still. McLaren have overtaken us. Looks like Renault have had a little upgrade as well, but as you can see, the Red Bull, Mercedes in the league of their own. Then it's McLaren down to Racing Point, very close together, and then still a big gap back to the bottom three teams. Units number 2, gearbox number 2 is pending as well. So now we can go into FP3 and we'll do 2 practice sessions around here to generate some extra resource points for us. Hopefully, if we do no upgrades now, we might be, I don't know where to be honest with you, probably close to around 7 or 8,000 by the end of the season, which will work well for us. So we've got the Austria set up on there. Fuel management should be easy enough to do at the first time of asking, and then probably ERS as well, because there's a lot of long straights around there, so if we do make a mistake in the corner we can gain it back. New sponsors on the car. We'll see how quick these lap times are going to be now. At some point we'll get to Austria in one of the later seasons and we'll start seeing people do lap times under a minute. Nicely done. Now the ERS management one. Might need to use a little bit of ERS, but we should be okay. Yeah, going well so far. Happy days. Good stuff. Okay. Usually we're quite far down in the practice sessions, but 15th in here is actually quite good. So yeah, we're pretty quick here. We look pretty good. That's the all-important qualifying session. The race, I'm not too bothered about. I know we can do a good job in the race. It just depends where we qualify. I will go for the easy one. Taking Guanyu Zhu. Go for Hamilton. No chance. Oh, that's 2 questions done. So I'm pretty sure that this was the one that we signed because it gave us... I'm pretty sure it's one of the bonus ones. Oh, we'll have to work it out at the end. So 698. So call it 700. Not too bad. Team acclaim, are we level 15 yet? Yes, we are. Finally. So cool. That means that after this race we can get the 3rd perk for us in terms of practice program feedback, which I think generates an extra 30% or something like that. So it's just a little bit extra, maybe another 40 or 50 resource points that we get each weekend. But you know, by the end of the season, that could be a minor upgrade. So it's worth doing. Okay, into one-shot qualifying. Crucial to get this right. We're starting to get on top of our qualifying problems. You know, I think the 2nd or 3rd race this season we started to get back into the midfield. Now I know that will be down as well to the team performance. We have made a massive jump this year, but it's also down to my performance. I could easily make one little mistake and we end up at the back. So we are slowly getting on top of our qualifying issues, and the results are getting slightly better because of it. Nothing beats cold Lucozade straight out of the fridge. Lovely. Right, here we go. This lap is going to go quick. Fuck. P16. I lost it all at turn 2. Lost it all at turn 2. Fucking hell. I mean, at most circuits I'll probably be happy with a P16. Probably lost half a second. Yeah, I should have been around the top 10. Easy. Oh dear. Mixed 12th as well, so it might be difficult for points here. We're absolutely going to have to need, you know, an absolute rocket of a start. Still think we've got a chance of points. But we've made our job a little harder. We should have been in the top 10. Maybe penalties can save us. With a few people ahead at penalties, that could help. We know we've got a quick car. We're very fast in a straight line. That will help us as well as the DRS. But we need to gain as many positions as we can on the first lap. Okay, let's get it done. Just thinking, actually, if we end up doing no more upgrades this season, because we might be waiting for the FIA regulations. Once we get to Silverstone, there's 3 races left, so if we haven't heard anything then I'll be very, very surprised. But we might be able to get close to 10,000 resource points, which is going to be absolutely unbelievable going into season number 5. Ah, 16th for Austria. Not where I wanted to be. Okay. 15th, we gained a position. Okay, decent start. P9, Mick Schumacher's somewhere ahead of us. Come back. Mick Schumacher, he's in 6th, so he's doing a good job. Need to break that toe from Stroll behind though. That was a wild line. Oh, Gasly's so good at the corner. It's now just follow the leader at this point, isn't it? Into that 4, I'm just about in DRS range here. This is not good. We're out with DRS. We ran out of ERS coming up to the line. They are battling up ahead though. Got Stroll behind me. We should be able to defend from him. Looks like it's going to be good points for Simtech though. 7th and 9th as it stands. Going to be a good recovery from us from 15th. As long as you don't make a mistake now in the final corner. Be 2 points. P7 for Schumacher, P9 for us. Racing point score as well. Don't know about Ferrari, don't know where they were. But it's a decent haul of points there for the team. And we get drive of the day for our troubles. Albon won the race, wow. So 2 Red Bulls, Bottas in 3rd, Norris, Kvyat, Ricciardo, Schumacher, Gasly, ourselves and Stroll. So Ferrari didn't score a point and Racing Point only picked up the 1. In fact, Ferrari were well off the pace there. 13th and 17th. Wow, wow, wow. That's what happens when you run an illegal engine. That's why they always call me sir. Cool, that's the questions all done. We can head back to the headquarters now. I think Silverstone will be relatively quickly after Austria, and then we know we'll have like something like a 3-month break or something crazy like that. T McLean, yeah, I'm level 15. Mick's getting there slowly and almost maxed out now with the T McLean level 20. As for the cash, 949 we get there. Earn drive of the day, complete race on DNFs and achieve a top 14 finish, and 90k as real money. So around about around about a million there we got just from that race. So yeah, I think it balances it out. The weekly income is still good. I think that's close to 2 million. But now we'll claim level 20. This is the max that we can get from the sponsors. The only way we can improve our weekly income is obviously going with a better sponsor. Because we have, I think, the basic one at the moment, I think. Or have we signed with a new one? I'm not too sure. I might have to go and check the sponsors in a minute. Just to see exactly what primary sponsor we're running. Okay, yeah, a couple of weeks in. So yeah, we'll go to the corporate side. What is the sponsorship? Equinox. Finished 10th or better in the constructors. Okay, so it is a slightly better sponsor that we've got. 1.92 million we're getting in, so that's okay. Okay, some activities. Race simulations for Mick. Simulator training for him as well. Team acclaim and a bit of extra money. Vehicle PR filming. Might as well do that one as well. Okay, so for R&D work, we could probably afford to do something over here, something cheeky. For example, we've got a mine. We can do nothing on the powertrain department. We forget about the durability. It's all major upgrades that are left now, or the next ones to do for the aerodynamic department. So we could do a cheeky minor upgrade over here. We could rush it, which will come in 5 days before the British Grand Prix. Or we could do a standard one. I think we'll rush it. Screw it. We'll rush it. So a little minor upgrade there that we can do. So with answer time, the race simulations and the simulator training comes in. The cockpit weight reduction. Hopefully it does pass first time. It does. Happy days. Weekly resources and running costs. We claim half of that back. Vehicle PR filming for the team. And now the British Grand Prix, my home event. But what we can do is go over to here at contracts. Driver perks, if it will let me select it. So yeah, we can spend quite a bit of money over here and we can do anything we want. Driver claim will be boosted by 10%, engine wear will be reduced by 10%, unlock additional interview answers, and resource point income will be boosted by 50%. So yeah, we'll definitely get that one on the car. We could do that, but the acclaim, it doesn't really matter now. Now we're level 15. We've sort of, you know, we can now max out this part here. It doesn't really make any difference to us. Oh, the team acclaim is level 21. Okay. And our total weekly income has gone up a little bit. So maybe you can go above level 20. I mean, I noticed in the driver market there, if you look over here, for example, Hamilton is level 21. So maybe, can we, how do we do this? Does it tell us how we can... No, it doesn't. I'm just looking at something. Our total weekly income is now pretty much 2 million, so that has gone up a little bit. So that's interesting. Then we're now level 21. Maybe it can continue to go higher and higher, which is good because it means we'll generate more money with each passing level. I thought once you get to the end of max 20, or max out level 20, that's it. You're done. Maybe there's new ones in there. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's something worth Googling. Who knows? Okay, we're at the workstation. Nice and sunny for qualifying in a race, which is good. Same for FP3, so we'll have answered that. Then we'll read the messages, have a look at the R&D screen, see who's made what upgrades, if any. We know we'll have a minor upgrade that will have been done. And all that's left now, I think, is 4 major upgrades we can do in the aero department and 1 major upgrade in the chassis department, which we'll try to do in the off-season. And if we manage to get all of them done, I'm pretty sure our team will absolutely shoot to the top. which could make Season 5 very interesting. But all of that is circumspect. We have to focus on round 8 here of Season 4 at the moment at Silverstone. We'll check the messages as well, just to see if there's any murmurings, early murmurings. Usually the race before the big announcement that things are going to get changed, you'll get an email basically saying, oh, I've heard rumours. That's usually the guarantee that something is going to happen. I'd laugh if there was and it was just like the durability department, because I'd be like, well, that'll change nothing for us. We haven't done anything over there. We'll lose the little upgrades that we've been given anyway. Okay, so messages, weekend preview, weather forecast, nothing. There's no mention here. No mention whatsoever. Okay, R&D in progress. We know we've had a minor upgrade. So Mercedes have now overtaken Red Bull again. We're now the third best team again, but still very close, you can imagine. And it's even closer now between Haas, Alfa Romeo and Williams. They're pretty much all neck and neck, but a long way back. As for standings, Mick is now 9th. We're 13th, which I think is the highest we've ever been. We're now 12 points ahead of Racing Point. We're 31 behind AlphaTauri, so the chances of us getting 5th is going to be very few and far between. But the results have been slowly getting better for us as the season has gone on. So yeah, we'll now go to FP3. We'll do one practice program, which will probably be the fuel management one, to be honest. Get that done, should be easy enough. So we'll slap the Silverstone setup onto the car, which is somewhere around here. There it is, but I know I've got to change it a little bit. The wings are a bit funky. Okay, that should be fine. We hope anyway. We'll find out. If we end up dying straight away at the Abbey chicane at the beginning of a lap, then we know we've done something wrong. Anyone behind? No, clear track. Okay, here we go. Good in the Delta so far. So much quicker through there now. Easily done. No problems whatsoever. Car feels fine as well. Just have to be a little bit smooth in the places where you might get a bit of oversteer. Maggots, Beckett's, and also going into the Abbey chicane at the start. It's not really a chicane, it's more of a fast right-left. So Mick was 10th, so that's good to see. We were back down in 19th. That's not really an issue for us. Going into qualifying, good news as well that it's nice and sunny in both qualifying and the race. Exactly what we want. After this would be Mexico. I'd be very surprised if there's rain there. And Brazil, which probably will have rain. So sort of at the halfway point of this stream now. Development feedback bonus, so 691 we gained, and all we did was one practice program in that. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, look, level 21 on the team acclaim. So I'm not too sure if it just keeps going and going until the end of time. That's fine for us, because every level we go up, which now obviously takes a long time because we are so high, just generates extra weekly income. And I'm not going to say no to more extra money. Whoever turns down extra money, I certainly don't. Hopefully by the end of the season as well, we can get one of the departments up to Spec 3 and we signed Mick, so that's something to look forward to as well. And again, no sign of any FIA regulation changes for Season 5, so we might be looking at one hell of an off-season upgrade. Okay, message there, just about the Silverstone circuit, that's fine. We can now jump into one-shot qualifying. Good grid spot is going to be crucial around here. It's pretty difficult to overtake around Silverstone, are the words I'm looking for. Just because it's such a high-speed circuit and everyone's going to be in the slipstream. So it's going to be crucial to get a good spot. Other circuits you can probably claim back positions, like Mexico for example. But here it's pretty important. Okay, here we go. Home event. Where can we put it? I'm always bad out of that slow left-hander. Okay, P16. Last of the midfield runners, really. Because 17th down at 22nd, we really shouldn't be now. That's sort of reserved for the Haas, Alfa Romeo and Williams guys. Mick was 10th, Bottas takes pole. How close were we? Yeah, you can see there's a sizable gap there between ourselves and the back market teams, if you like. And we're just about a 10th away from being ahead of the racing points. Okay. Always not lost. Lep felt okay. I think I lost any time really was out of the loop. The little what is it? It's the tight left-hander, turn 4 if you like. I just always struggle to put the power down there. So Guanyu out-qualified us, which is disappointing. But if we consistently beat him in the races, then you know the rivalry will be reversed and we will win that. A little bit more acclaim for me. Although personally it doesn't really matter for me now, or Mick, because Mick can only do his driver perks when we offer him new contracts at like low risk. So if you offer him above what he's asking, he then spends that money periodically on his own driver perks. So that's how he gets his. How we get ours is obviously through our acclaim. Now we're acclaim level 15, we can max out our perks. Some of them are a bit pointless, really, answer different questions, in engine map saving and stuff like that, because we know the durability is fine and we get questions anyway. So the important thing was the resource point generation, which we've now done. We've unlocked all 3 levels, so that's good. Okay, home event, let's send it. 16th on the grid unless there's penalties. Be important to get past the racing points and the Ferraris as quickly as we can. and then hope for a little bit of luck up ahead. Okay, remaining 16th by the looks to it. Here we go. Bit argy-bargy, but we done what we needed to. Mad fucker. Oh, fuck off. Well, this race is done for with that front wing damage. All we're going to do now is fall backwards. That's so disappointing. Oh, where am I going? Whoa. Oh, no downforce. And we're now last. Fucking hell, man. There's no point carrying on. There's no point carrying on. I'm not going to pound around for 2 laps. We gain nothing. We're not going to get anything from this race. What's the point? Aggressive AI, man. Tried some decent battles there for a while, but as soon as we fell back, that was it. It was done. Well, I'm not going to complete the last 2 laps. We lose a little bit in the rivalry to Guan Yonju, but I'm sure over time we'll beat him. Other than that, we don't really gain anything else. Well, 2 races left to go. We've got a big mid-season break now of about 3 months long, so it'll be a good opportunity to get some more money and resource points in, do some more training for Mick as well, and then we can focus everything on Mexico and Brazil, which I'm looking forward to, especially Mexico. We've had good races there in the past. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Mick was 10th. Racing Point and Ferrari didn't score, so that's good. That's good for us. I think we're pretty much locked into now finishing, what would it be, 6th in the Constructors, which is good because I think the previous 3 seasons we've been 8th. So yeah, there's improvement there. You can see there is. Good day today. What race were you watching? Should throw some shade at Haas. We'll just do that one. Yeah, chassis department would be a bit annoyed by that, but whatever. Of course, I could have finished the race because we know that one of the bonuses was both cars finish, but whatever. We'll have enough money by season's end. We'll achieve a top 14, so as long as me or Mick do that comes in, that's okay. Okay, the weekly resources and running costs come in. We've got some more as well before the season break, couple of weeks. So activities, weight training for Mick, sponsor advertisement for the vehicle, driver promotion filming, power department focus, durability upgrade. What was the sponsor event one? Oh no, that's fine. We'll do the power department one because it generates a bit of extra money. We're not going to do any upgrades. We're just going to save. I think now. Yeah, nothing else really to focus on here. What is mixed stats looking like? 45 experience. His awareness is nearly in the 70s, so that's good. Yeah, okay, right. So we can advance some time now. So weight training then. Sponsor advertisement for the vehicle brings in a little bit of cash. Some more weekly resources and the running costs. Power department focus, durability upgrade, all good, all things fine. Weekly resources and running costs. So we'll start the season break then, which is 2.5 weeks. We can do an activity sponsor event fundraiser for the team. Yeah, fair enough. How How now is Mick looking? Yeah, his awareness is still 69. Pace, yeah, it's a weird one. This how it works. His pace stat is good, really, actually, really good. Nothing else we can do really at this point, so we might as well advance the time. I don't know, we might be close to 10,000 resource points. How many do we need actually to get shit done? So we can't do anything on the powertrain. That's going to cost 1,400. You're looking down here at another 4. So, I mean, if you call them all 1,500 for our soul's sake, 3, 6, 7.5. Yeah, we'll definitely have enough resource points then by the end of the season to do 4 major upgrades in the aero department and 1 major upgrade in the chassis department. That is really going to spike our overall performance. So yeah, we're in a good position here. We're in a good position here to really max out some more parts on the car, which won't leave us too much to do in terms of development. And of course, the end of season prize money from our sponsor, which we will get. Finish 10th or above. We're on course to finish 6th. So I don't know what the bonus for that is. Something like 12 million something. We'll probably get around about 12 million as well. Maybe a bit more for finishing 6th. So that's 24, maybe $25 million on top of what we'll already have, which is going to be close to $40 million. So we'll definitely get something up to Spec 3, and we'll have enough money there to start thinking about the next one to get up to Spec 3 as well. So we're getting close to finishing off all of the development. Drive for qualifying in the race, so that's good. So maybe by the end of Season 5, we'll have everything in the facilities at Spec 3, and then Season 6 we'll just spend it, because we'll be generating so much money we can get the durability department done in double quick time, and then that'll be everything maxed out in the facility department, and then maybe by the end of Season 6 we'll have everything maxed out on the R&D. But then of course we'll take hits once departments have to be redone for the next season. But if it gets to a point where we've maxed out the car and all we're doing is just saving resource points, we should be in a good position to get virtually all of it redone. He says, he hopes, clutching his rosary beads. So Mexico now then. This was a track that's gone very well for us excuse me, in the past. Weekend preview, weather forecast, being told repeatedly about the high cash balance. So, progress history. Mercedes have now pulled back ahead of Red Bull. We're slipping behind now a little bit because we're not really doing any developments. We know that, so we're now we're still in that mix. And Williams have overtaken Haas and Alfa Romeo. So 2 clear groups there. That's all fine. So, FP3. And somewhere on here, of course, I do have my Mexico Sprint Career Mode. There it is. That's all good. Here, fuel management. We'll do that one. No one behind. Good, clear track. .210 mile an hour. Nice top end speed. Oh, just second into the Delta. Happy days. And yeah, car feels good. Car feels okay. So Mick was 8th. Where were we? 15th. Yeah, so good pace around here. Usually if we're around here in practice, we know we're going to be quick in qualifying in the race. It's just, you know, down to my personal ability at this point. Practice times are fudged. They always are. The AI always goes a bit quicker than what they are because you simulate the session, really. If we was to sit there for the entire session, what's that? 500 and 627 by the looks of it. So just over 8,000. That's nice. Yeah, because you simulate the session, really, the AI apparently find extra speed. So yeah, practice sessions. If we were sort of in the midfield like that, then we know we have a quick car. Just thinking about all these developments we're going to be able to get onto the car at the end of the season. It's pretty mad to think that our purple line is going to absolutely skyrocket. Message. It's just about the circuit. That's okay. So we can go to the one-shot qualifying now. Hopefully we can nail it. Get ourselves a nice grid position. Seem to be quicker in the second half of the lap than we are in the first half. So we've just got to make sure that we're there and thereabouts. Once we go into the left right sequence halfway around the lap, from then on we're quick. Just got to remember to just don't overdrive a car, really. That's all we got to do. Okay, let's get out there. The Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. One shot quali here at Mexico. Okay, don't panic. The lap will come to us. Okay, P14. I would have probably wished for a little bit better. But there are good places to overtake on the opening lap. So Mick was in 11th. We've got a racing point in 9th for Ferrari in 10th. Sainz down in 13th. Zhou was down in 16th. Still a big gap between these guys, as you can imagine. Okay. The 10th would have seen as 13th. 2 tenths would have seen as 11th. It's okay. We can do work from here. That's fine. So we'll just have a quick look at the rivalry now with Guanyu and Zhou, because I think we're fairly even. 9 to 11 actually, so we're behind a little bit. 2 good races at Mexico and Brazil. And we'll be well ahead of him. I don't know how surprised I am that an Austria setup works quite well around Mexico, really. I mean, there's long straights, there's a couple of heavy braking zones, and there's some very medium to high speed corners, and you get all them at Austria as well as Mexico. So maybe it's just the way that the circuit configuration is and the way it works. Tough luck there, it's not quite what we wanted. No, probably not. Probably should have been closer to the top 10. But we know we can overtake. There's a few places to overtake in the first lap. Just got to make sure we keep our nose clean. It's the most important thing. We've got to find someone as well off the start to give us a nice tow down to turn 1, and then we've got to try and find a gap. So it'll all concertina back up. Okay, 13th. We're starting 13th now. Got bullied out the way there a little bit. P9. Oh, contact up ahead. Where am I going? Oh. Okay, good stuff. Ah, bad news for me. He had damage. Can we do anything about Gasly up ahead? Okay, DRS is now being enabled. We're out of the window to Gasly, and worryingly Kvyat is just behind there. in DRS range that time by. Two laps to go then. Holding on to P9. How was I not in DRS range there? Bit of oversteer at the final corner. But we're looking good for a P9. Can't really do anything else, to be honest. Just make sure we don't make any mistakes so Kvyat don't get past. But it is just Kvyat behind me because Stroll is battling a Ferrari by the looks of it. Oh, that weren't good. That's probably the smoothest I've ever taken them corners. Fireworks go up. Probably not for us. Max wins the race. It's a P9, back in the points for us though. Chipping away. Doing what we need to do. Good first lap there as well. Made some good positions up when I needed to. Ooh, drive of the day. I'll take that. Felt sorry for Mick though, unfortunately. Obviously picked up damage on lap 1 and had to pit. Verstappen wins the championship. So I think there's twice for Hamilton and twice for Verstappen now. So GG to him. And there's another 2 points for us. So we should have generated quite a bit of money, I think, with the sponsor bonus. Well, I hope so anyway. Well done, Max. Pleased for you. Very real possibility he could win a title this season. In real life, of course. So Verstappen wins, Hamilton second, Albon, Bottas, AlphaTauri have scored good points, so we can absolutely forget about catching them. But we're in 9th, with Kvyat in 10th. Ferrari's the racing points, and the Renault down there as well. As for Mick, oh, he set the fastest lap of the race, so congratulations to him. But yeah, he had to make a pit stop, obviously, for a new wing, which is a shame. There we go, Mick setting the fastest lap, so car has pace. We're up to 13th. Mick has dropped down into 11th. Only 7 points to our name, actually, which is a bit depressing. In the constructors, we're 50 behind AlphaTauri, so completely forget about that. But we are pulling a nicely away from Racing Point and Ferrari, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we're locked into finishing in P6 in the constructors, which is a good result. Shows progression, if anything else. And it shows how badly Ferrari are. Imagine being P8 in the constructors. Holy hell, that is terrible. Why do they ask me randomly for comments about other teams? I don't care about the other teams and drivers. All I care about is my team. Me, my team, and Mick. My team, Mick, and me. My team, me, and Mick. Mick Schumacher, not Mike Schumacher. Anyway, the rivalry breakdown 42. Team acclaim, that's good. Cash, yep, 3 of the bonuses came in, so nearly $1 million in there. So that's good. More money to spend at season end. And now we can go back to the headquarters and prepare ourselves for the final round of season 4. Of course, at Brazil. The final race will always be at Brazil, because I hate Abu Dhabi. Who the hell likes that circuit? I don't know. They are making some track modifications, so going for this season in real life. Whether that actually makes a difference or not, I don't know. So weekly resources and running costs, we're nearly up to 50 million now. We've got some activities that we can do. Race simulations for Mick, why not? Reaction training, why not? A second driver press tour, second driver PR filming, and some cash. Marketing strategy conference, we'll do this one. Okay, so just double check that nothing is getting redone. It's not. And we're in a good position here to get 5 upgrades done going into next season. Really good position. And we're in a really good position as well to get one of these up to spec 3. So all good. Here we go. 50 million in the bank. Happy days. As for the corporate side of things, we know these sponsors are all going to run out in the off season. And Equinox finished 10th or better, yeah, so that's all good to see. Mixed contract is now just over 9 million, that's fine. His awareness is now up to 70, and his experience there has gone up to 47, and his pace has actually improved as well a little bit, so it is happening slowly. Yeah, slowly happening. So, race weekend, that day, Jose Carlos Pache circuit, ex-F1 driver Carlos Pache. Can we end the season on a high? It would be nice to do so. So qualifying in the race is dry throughout, so that's good. We haven't really been affected too much by wet weather running this season. I think China was wet, wasn't it? And I think other than that, we've actually been blessed with good weather, so that's good. Probably means that next season everything's going to be wet, doesn't it? But no wet running at all on this episode, so that's good. So I wouldn't mind running in the wet. I'm quite comfortable in the wet, I feel. It's just that the AI are just so OP that you end up overdriving the car to try and keep up with them, and when you overdrive the car, that's when the mistakes happen. And once you make one mistake, you try to make up for it by pushing at the next corner, and that turns into a mistake, and then it's just like it's free fall from that point onwards. You're just going backwards. Okay, then final quick of the messages. Yep. Doesn't seem to be any changes going into next season. The rivalry we're drawing. As for progress history, coming to the end of this season, then little upgrades from other teams. We are slowly starting to slip back, as you see. Williams have had a big upgrade as well. But we know that we have a massive boost, I should say, coming in to season number 5. So not too worried if we slip back a little bit here. Pretty much the only upgrade that we've done in the second half of this season was that little minor upgrade, just to get it out of the way, really. Okay, Brazil should be on here somewhere. Here it is. I'm not going to change anything. We're going to go out there and do the fuel management, get it over and done with, and then focus on qualifying and the all-important race. Okay, just inside the delta at the moment, and that's fine. Oh, where am I going? Okay, not the cleanest of laps, but it's done anyway. Good stuff. To be honest with you, we've got time to do, but it's such a short lap here, we might as well do 2 practice programs. Yeah, ERS management. They're usually the easiest ones to do. Track clear behind and ahead. Losing a little bit in the delta, but yeah, we're claiming it back now. Easily done. Managed to go a little bit quicker than we did on our first run. Not bad there. 2 practice programs done. And Mick was down in 14th, okay. Where were we? Down in 20th, okay. That's okay. We're a little bit slower than we were at Mexico. So 778, 778. Look at that. Almost 10,000 resource points. And we only need about 7, I think, 7 or 8,000 to get all these upgrades done, which means that going into the beginning of next season we'll have spare resource points. And what facility we decide to get up to spec 3 remains to be seen. The powertrain will be the easiest one to do, because then we've got 3 big upgrades over there to do, and then the little upgrade that we'll get from Mercedes, and then that'll be the powertrain department done. So we could do that and then just focus everything on either aero and or chassis. Yep, all good. Let's advance then to the one-shot qualifying then. Okay. Let's keep it clean and smooth. Oh fuck up! No, I want a better attempt at that. That was just a mess going into turn one. Okay, all right. We can allow ourselves a redo every now and again. It was all good until the final corner. Just going for P13 unless we can get the jump on anyone going to the line. We can't. Okay. It was okay until the final corner bit. So it's Verstappen and Albon on the front row. We out-qualify Mick. Both the Ferraris are ahead of us. So well done to them. Mick's down in 16th. Yeah, very close as you can imagine. Very, very close. Here we go then. Final race of season 4. Starting 13th. Could be unlucky for some. Need to make some early positions up if we can. Difficult to overtake round here. But we've seen some good improvement throughout the season. Started off a bit shaky. It's got better. Managing to get on top of our qualifying issues. And we've had a few points finishes. Lower half of the top 10, we know that. Hopefully we can improve on that going into next season. I'll certainly be expecting to with all the upgrades that we're going to be planning. I'm excited for that. If we're not the best team, I'll be very surprised. Okay, here we are then. P12, starting behind both the Ferraris. We'll try and get the jump on them if we can. Oh. Oh, fuck off. It's the last race of the season. I know it's Hoffa ran that one. Made a good start as well. Just got bullied out the way. That was better. People can stop making contact with me, that would be excellent. Oh, the McLaren's there. Okay, good start, P8. See if we can hunt down Ocon now. I think we've got the pace to do it. Oh, very twitchy there. Got Kvyat and Bottas behind me as well, which is not ideal. Ah. That curve there at the final corner is such a little fucker. I think any hopes of getting past Ocon have all evaporated. That was smoother. Final lap then. Out of the final corner, we can ERS it to the line now fairly comfortably with the DRS as well. The final race of the season, it's going to be P8, more points. All in all, a very productive second half of this season. Finishing the points more often than not. Driver of the day for Daniel Ricciardo. I would have given it to myself personally. That might move me up a position or two in the Drivers' Championship. We know Max has already won, so I don't know why we're seeing this again. But anyway, I don't know where we'll be in the Drivers' Championship. We might have jumped Mick. We might have jumped Mick, and maybe someone else as well. Maybe one of the Ferraris. And I think that pretty much, I think that does confirm that we'll be P6 in the Constructors. We were comfortably, yeah, it will be. We were comfortably ahead of them anyway. So Verstappen, Albon, and Gasly then, third place at the end. And there's the rest of the results. So Gasly managed to jump Hamilton, Perez, Norris, Ocon, ourselves in 8th, Kvyat and Bottas. Both the Ferraris and Racing Points finished outside. Mick started and finished in 15th. Ricciardo had a penalty and he managed to reclaim back up into 16th, ahead of both the Williams, Alfa Romeo and Haas cars. In the standings then, Verstappen wins the championship ahead of Albon, Hamilton and Bottas and Norris in 5th. Both Norris and Gasly jumped Ricciardo at the very end. We finished 4 points behind Mick in 12th place. We managed to jump Lance Stroll there at the end, thanks to countback. Ferrari, a dismal season for them. 5 points for Leclerc, just a single point for Sainz. Haas, Alfa Romeo and Williams all still yet to score their first point in this career mode. And just to confirm the Constructors, Red Bull win now quite easily. Mercedes in 2nd, McLaren comfortable in 3rd. Renault finished 1 point ahead of AlphaTauri. We were comfortable in the end in 6th on 26 points, definitely the best we've done so far. Racing Point in 7th on 7th and Ferrari in 8th on 6. Has win the backmarker battle thanks to countback, so it'll generate a little bit of extra money ahead of Alfa Romeo and Williams. There we go then. Questions all done. Now we get to the interesting parts. Re-signing Mick, hopefully, unless he demands a bit too much. It'd be disappointing if he turns around and says, oh, marketing needs to be spec-free or something. I've already decided that if we can't get Mick, we'll get Nick De Vries, because he has some pretty mental stats already. And he's probably the better driver than Mick, but we'll stick with Mick for as long as we can. We've won the rivalry against Guan Yongzhou, so that generates a little bit of extra acclaim for me. You can just see everything coming in there. Mick lost a little bit. Not too sure why. And then finally the prize money then from this race as well. Just 2 of them coming. Didn't earn driver of the day. We didn't get on the podiums. Just 610, but another 100,000 on top of that, thanks to not picking up any damages. So good stuff there, up to $53.5 million. Definitely the most I've ever had in any career mode I've done. So you can definitely re-sign Mick, and we can definitely get one of the facilities up to spec 3. Which one we decide to do remains to be seen. Probably the powertrain, get that done, because there's still quite a bit to do on the chassis and aero side. But I say quite a bit, not a lot, but certainly a lot less than the powertrain department, because we're stuck with the powertrain department. We can't do anything until we get it to spec 3, so we might as well just do that, I think. We get some upgrades on the car, do everything else that we need to in preparation for the beginning of season 5. So we can probably do some activities. Mick can have some simulator training, second driver press tour, marketing strategy helps the team, durability is fine, team building we could do, it might make things a bit cheaper, it doesn't really matter too much. Durability does that for us, and then we can do this for the second driver press tour. We might as well just do them all. Okay, right, here we go then. This is the important part now. Simulator training, free experience for Mick apparently. Marketing strategy conference comes in. Durability equipment upgrade, weekly resources. Got some team building exercises going on there, durability, department focus, weekly resources, running costs, so more coming in, and we can try to now renegotiate. So apparently looking at these stats here, he has got 100 pace, 85 awareness, 91 racecraft and 65 experience according to these stats. Now these are probably the stats that are genuine, that are true, thanks to all the driver training we've done. So we'll renegotiate. And then you see it drops down there. So I don't know. Anyway, cash, driver demands, so that's fine. He basically just demands enough for the contracts. Personnel, he only wants that spec 1, marketing spec 1, the team acclaim, that's all good. So we go for the low risk option. Send this off. I'll be very surprised if he turns around and says, fuck you. And he signed. There we go. He signed for another season. Happy days. Messages and high cash balance, we are aware of that, so we can go now to the facilities department. We might as well have a look at this. 47.65 million. Can we do this now, or have we got to wait until the beginning of next season when the prize money comes in? So 22, 34, 47, we can get it done. It will leave us with no money. Oh, what? Oh, bugger. Right, okay. Have we got another? We have got weekly resources and running costs coming in, so that's fine. We can get that done then before the end of the beginning of next season, I should say. I'm not really interested in a press interview. We can pause there with the weekly resources and all that coming in, and now we can get the fourth and final one done. There we go. Leaves us with no money really. We've got over 11,000 resource points. That is absolutely nuts. So we'll advance the time again before we get to the end of the season. There we go. So now we can have a look around at the corporate side of things. Anyway, yeah, that's all good. Contracts there, Mick. Yeah, we know that's sort of a bit foobar. If you add all the points on that we've done, he is a nutty little driver. And he spent more money. Media coaching, power mapping, social media teams. Well, that's one. That's good for him. Right, okay, so this is the important part. Progression history, we know that's going to change. Right, here we go. How many of these can we do? I don't think we can do them all, so we'll just get it done, see how many we can do. So we can do 2, we can do 3 of them, we can't do any more, only 3. Okay, that's fine. We can scoot up here to the chassis department. You can get that done. Okay, there's nothing else really to do. We can't do anything over here. We could do this little durability one, but I mean, we might as well just do it. Fuck it. We can't do anything else over here. So there we go, we've got something done in the durability department. So the aerodynamic department, we've got 3 major upgrades over there, which would be 17 of 24 done. We've got a major upgrade over here, will be 17 of 23 done. And we've got the powertrain, 19 of 23. So we've got 4 major upgrades coming in, so that is very, very good. Powertrain department will be spec 3, and that will probably be it. Yes, until we can get anything else done. Anything else we need to look at? Really nothing too much over here. The final standings, and if you look at our season results, if you look at the bottom there, the second half of the season was really, really good. 4 points finishes. The retirement at Silverstone probably could have been a point if we didn't pick up all that damage, so definitely got stronger as the season got on. The second half of the season I do prefer over the first. If we can get some decent results in the first half of the season, we're looking good for season number 2. As for my driver details, so average finish of 14th, average grid still of 18th, so hopefully we can improve that as we go on. So then we'll finish the season and we can get everything ready now, including signing sponsors and changing the car livery around then before we start season number 5. So yeah, I might make some changes to the livery just a little bit. So the team acclaim then, we end up being level 16. Mick will be level 15, which is good, and we're very, very close then to getting to level 22, if that's a thing. I don't know. I always thought it was level 20. As for the cash, 11.62 million and 15 million we get prize money for finishing in 6th. So we're now up to just over $27 million. So a really nice amount going into the new season. And finally then, the season complete, 11 points for us. We finished 12th in the championship, 15 for Mick. He finishes in 11th, so just outside the top team for the pair of us. And all in all, I think a very solid season. Certainly the second half was better than the first. We've got some good stuff coming with 4 major upgrades. And we've got Spec 3 in the powertrain department as well. So we'll probably do them upgrades as well, sooner rather than later. In fact, I'm pretty sure we might have enough resource points to do all 3 at the same time. Then that would be the powertrain department done with. We won't have to go back there unless the FIA say that your bits are going to be illegal into the next season. So we'll keep our character as it is. That's all fine. Team details. We will probably change the sponsor around. We'll have a look at the engine. Just for argument's sake, it is technically the weakest, but we know that the durability is fine. If we change to any of these, we know that we'll lose the little performance upgrades and the little durability upgrades as well. So we'll stick with Mercedes as we have from the start. Now, let's try and think about this. So, have we got any mental sponsors out there? Earn 300 not happening. Finish 6th or better in the constructors, that's not too bad. Gold bonus 17.84, weekly income 809. But this is, what was the gold bonus for that? As a team achieve, earn 25 constructors points. Weekly income's a little bit less. We had this one, didn't we, which was 11.62 and 850. That's a little bit less. That's a little bit better actually. That's quite good. And 15 Constructors' Championship points in the season. I think that's very achievable. The gold bonus is going to be 4 million higher than what it would be if we signed with Equinox, and it's $21,000 extra a week on top of the weekly income. So that's not a bad sponsor to be with. Distort pays a little less. Shark pays a lot. Yeah, Slingshot, it seems like a good one to be with. Simtech F1 team, we'll keep it as it is. We'll confirm the settings. So now the livery select. So we'll find the one that was ours. We'll edit this. I'm tempted to flip the purple and the white. Let's have a look. So this will be the purple, won't it? If we... Yeah, it's not great, is it? I think what we could do is maybe change... I'll keep this white. Keep that purple. Change it to purple. It's quite nice. Maybe change the mirrors to black. Let's go for a purple and white livery this season, I think. Or maybe what's the blue like up here? That's quite funky, I think. No, I don't like it. Don't like that. Don't. No. No, don't like that. That looks awful. Yeah, okay. I think this is the way we'll go. So there we go. New livery. There it is. Always like to change it up a little bit every now and again. So team badge, team colours. That's all fine. Team badge, we'll keep it the same. And now we can advance. So we might keep the same calendar, or we could mix it up a little bit. Not too sure really. Could take France off, put Italy in. Yeah, we'll take France out. We'll add Italy. I think we'll keep that as the same. There we go. So everything, we'll keep it as the same. That's all fine. Yep. Okay, good. There we go. And here we are then. So a lot of stuff has come in. A lot of upgrades. I believe the facility department is now spec free as well. Just have a quick look. It is, and we'll check that out when we come. Well, we'll check it out now whilst we go. What does a spec free powertrain department look like? If they brought a trolley in and they painted the place. Kind of expected a bit more. But anyway, there we go. So we're not going to look at anything. We're not going to look at how good our upgrades are or anything like that. I don't know why the car is under a wrap. You know what the livery looks like anyway. What we'll do, I think we might go to the aerodynamic department. There is the livery then. Very funky and it's blue. Nothing else really I want to look at. I don't want to scroll around because obviously at the beginning of the next episode we'll have a look to obviously do some activities. We see how Mick is progressing. We'll look at the R&D. We've got 5,000. Look at that. We've got 5,000 resource points already and $27 million. So we're already off to a good start here. We'll have a look around and see where we are compared to the other teams. We'll have a look around and see what driver changes, if any, have happened, because there hasn't been any for a couple of seasons now. And so there's a lot to look forward to going to Season 5. I think this is the time now where we really do have to start consistently scoring some good points. We know we've got a sponsorship target this season of scoring 15. Now, last year we did almost double that. So I think we're in a good position to easily smash that this time around. So there we go. That therefore brings the stream to an end. If you have been watching this from the start or dropped in and out at various points, a like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. So it tells me that you like what I'm doing. And yeah, at some point again over the weekend, maybe Saturday evening or some point on Sunday, we will have part 9, which will be the first half of Season 5 on this F1 2020 Goodbye Sprint Mode Championship. Lots to look forward to as we start a brand new season with SimTech. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.